In Episode 3, Arjun's coding competition victory leads to prestigious tech internships where he faces the challenge of proving himself in a new environment. Arjun navigates the pressures and builds his confidence with support from his mentor and colleagues. In Episode 4, the focus shifts to whether he can balance his ambitions with the new challenges ahead, including personal struggles and his father's illness. Will Arjun continue to rise, or will the demands of his journey overwhelm him? Episode 4, Pushing Through the Pain. Winning the coding competition was a significant achievement for Arjun, but it also marked the beginning of new challenges. The recognition he received opened doors to opportunities he had only dreamed of. He began receiving internship offers from prestigious tech companies, each one promising a chance to grow and learn in a new environment. Mike, his friend from university, was a constant source of encouragement. Arjun, you did an amazing job in that competition. You should consider taking one of these internships. It's a great chance to gain experience and make connections in the industry. Arjun felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. The idea of working at a big tech firm was thrilling, but it also made him anxious. He remembered how different everything felt when he first arrived in the USA, the unfamiliar accents, the new ways of doing things, and the overwhelming pace of life. The thought of stepping into a professional setting where he would need to prove himself all over again was both exciting and daunting. One day, he accepted an internship offer at a well-known tech company. His supervisor, Emily, was a kind and experienced mentor. When he first met her, she greeted him with a warm smile. "Arjun, I've heard a lot about you. I'm excited to have you on our team. We'll be working on some challenging projects, but I believe in your potential." Her words made Arjun feel hopeful and determined. Emily's belief in him was a source of strength, especially when he faced moments of self-doubt. The tasks were demanding, and the pressure to perform well was intense. He often stayed late at the office, working on projects and learning new skills. One evening, after a particularly challenging day, Arjun sat in the office break room, feeling exhausted. He looked around at his colleagues, who were chatting and laughing, and felt a pang of loneliness. Despite the progress he was making, he sometimes felt like an outsider, struggling to fit in and make his mark. Emily noticed his quiet demeanor and approached him. "Arjun, I know things can be overwhelming. Remember, it's okay to ask for help and take breaks when you need them. You're doing great, and we're here to support you." Her kindness touched Arjun deeply. He realized that he wasn't alone, and that he had a network of support around him. The encouragement from Emily and his new colleagues helped him push through the tough times. He began to feel more confident and connected, gradually finding his place within the team. Arjun also attended networking events organized by the company. At these events, he met influential people who were interested in his background and ideas. He listened to their stories, shared his own experiences, and built relationships that would be valuable for his future career. With each positive interaction and each successful project, Arjun's confidence grew. He started to see himself not just as a student from the slums of Agra, but as a capable and ambitious professional. The support he received from his mentors and colleagues was a reminder of how far he had come and how much further he could go. His family continued to be a source of motivation, too. They celebrated his successes and offered words of encouragement, reminding him of the dream he was working towards. Arjun was determined to make the most of every opportunity, knowing that each step forward was a step closer to achieving his goals and helping his family. As Arjun built his network and gained experience, he felt more prepared for the future. The challenges he faced, only made him more resilient and focused. He was excited about the possibilities ahead and was ready to embrace whatever came next on his journey. Arjun's life in the USA had its bright moments, but it also had many challenges. There were days when the weight of his responsibilities felt like too much to bear. He often found himself missing the comfort of his family, the warmth of his mother's cooking, and the familiar sounds of the bustling streets of Agra. Loneliness would creep in during quiet evenings in his dorm room, and he would feel a deep ache in his heart. One day, as Arjun was preparing for an important presentation at his internship, he received a call that shattered his world. His father was seriously ill. The news hit him like a storm, leaving him shaken and unsure of what to do. His first instinct was to fly back to India immediately, to be by his father's side. The thought of his father, the man who had always been strong and steady, now lying weak and helpless, filled Arjun with a profound sense of fear and helplessness. He called his mother, and her voice, though calm, was laced with worry. "Arjun, I know you want to come home, but your father would want you to stay focused. This is your chance to change all our lives. You are our hope." Her words echoed in Arjun's mind as he hung up the phone. He felt torn between his duty to his family and his dreams. The burden of his decision weighed heavily on his shoulders, and for the first time, he questioned whether he had made the right choices. Emily, his supervisor, noticed the change in him. She saw the dark circles under his eyes, the way his hands trembled slightly when he typed. One evening, after everyone else had left the office, she approached him. "Arjun, you don't have to go through this alone," she said gently, sitting beside him. "I know it's hard, being so far from home, especially when your family needs you. But remember why you're here. Your father would want you to keep pushing forward, to make the most of this opportunity." Tears welled up in Arjun's eyes as he listened to her. He hadn't cried in years, but the emotions he had been holding back now spilled over. "I feel so guilty, Emily. I should be there with him, helping my family. But I know I can't give up now, not after everything they've sacrificed for me." Emily placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "It's okay to feel this way, but you're stronger than you know. Your father's strength is in you, and he would want you to continue to make him proud." With Emily's support, Arjun found the strength to keep going. He threw himself into his work, using his father's situation as fuel to drive him forward. The nights were long and the days were exhausting, but he persevered, determined to honor his father's wishes and make his family proud. Eventually, the news came that his father's health was improving. Arjun breathed a sigh of relief, feeling a weight lift off his chest. He realized that, though he was far from home, he was still connected to his family by the love and support they shared. That connection gave him the courage to face his challenges and continue on his path. Arjun's resolve grew stronger with each passing day. He knew the road ahead would still be difficult, but he was ready to face whatever obstacles came his way. The challenges he had overcome had only made him more determined to succeed, not just for himself, but for the family he loved so deeply.